A good evening and happy, wonderful January 21st, 2025 to everyone. It is 2 days into the Trump presidency and things are already looking better. I don't even know what to say. It's been a pretty amazing last couple days. A lot of stuff has been done. He's literally doing things left and right. It's the things he's signing and the things that are going on. I was watching the J6 people being released earlier, and it's pretty amazing. I did watch it. If any of you saw his press conference today, and you saw our wonderful friend from Japan and some other people from AGI come on. If you remember, I believe he's the Prime Minister of Japan, and Donald Trump had him on a few weeks ago, and he said that he had given $50 billion last time Trump came in, and this time he was coming in with $100 billion. And Donald Trump looked at him and said, he goes, "Well, look, if you can do 100 billion, you can do 200 billion, right?" And he goes, "Oh, I'll try. Well, they met today, and he's not giving 200 billion. He's given $500 billion over Trump's term of 4 years, bringing AGI, OpenAI, and other businesses here to the United States of America, where they're going to put thousands and thousands of people to work. The investments that are coming into the United States of America right now are absolutely unbelievable. And we have President Trump to thank for that. I mean, it's just, I'm almost shocked. I mean, I knew there was going to be a difference day one, but who knew it was going to be this different? Look, I got the rabbit hole here. I got a couple things I wanted to look at. So J6 is happening. The prisoners are being released, and everyone's happy and everyone's excited, everyone's elated. But I don't know if people are a lot of people don't remember things, I think, is the problem. And I think in this country, one of the issues is people tend to forget real quick. They remember what they want to, because the one thing that was hammered to us over and over and over again was J6 by the Democrats, because they wanted it to be the worst thing that ever happened in the world. Oh my God, January 6th, a bunch of people ran around the Capitol building and took pictures of shit. Absolutely most ridiculous thing. The second that the scumbag Biden pardoned not only all the members of the J6 committee, but all the staff members too, like people who washed floors and stuff. It's like, it was ridiculous. He pardoned everyone with one of these, again, these preemptive pardons, where basically they haven't been convicted or charged of anything, but damn it, if they did anything, they're getting away with it. I mean, this is a preemptive pardon. I mean, some of them dating back to 2014. If it comes out and somebody killed 34 people, well, they've been preemptive pardoned federally. So that case can now still be tried in a court, in a state court. But if that were to become something that goes to the Supreme Court, and it becomes so, in other words, you charge them, it goes up the ladder to the state Supreme Court, the state court, goes up and up and up to the Supreme Court of the United States of America. They've been pardoned. So yeah, you can charge them at a state level, and if it sticks, it sticks. But if it goes higher, it's not sticking. I mean, this is disgusting what this man has done. But let me remind you of something. So I have it over here. So in 1983, there was a bombing of the U.S. Capitol by the left-wing extremists. The leader's name was Susan Rosenberg. Bill Clinton commuted her sentence, and she now sits on the board of Black Lives Matter. What do you know? They don't want you to know this. Remember this. Let me show you this. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. And again, I wanted to talk about the wildfires, but I think this is something to look at. Let's take a look at this. Look at that. That is, again, the Capitol building. And this is the 1983 bombing of the Capitol building. This is what happened. Now J6ers walked around taking photographs, and this was actually, look at the wreckage. This is our Capitol building. It was literally bombed. They walked in with a bomb. They blew it up. This again was in 1983, and how quickly we forget. Look at the damage that was done. What damage was really done besides some of the police officers that were breaking windows and handing things out the windows? We've all seen the video. I mean, this is almost ludicrous what's going on in this country right now. And I do agree that some of the J6 people that decided they were going to go a little overboard and maybe fight or hurt a cop or whatever. But remember, the only person actually killed was Bobbitt. This woman was literally shot by a man who was just pardoned. So a man basically murders a girl in cold blood who had no weapon, had no nothing on her, shot her, killed her. He's been pardoned by Biden, but everyone's upset that the J6ers are getting out. Oh, these J6ers, oh, they were horrible people with their cell phones, and they were taking their cell phones. Did you see them taking pictures? It's ludicrous, it's ridiculous, and it's the stupidest thing this country's ever had to live through. This was destruction. This was bombing. This was actually an insurrection of sorts. This was a bombing of our capital. This is something else I found out today, though. You ready for this? I found this because I wanted to talk about the wildfires. Let's get out a couple. Oh, do we recognize this lady? Anybody recognize this face? In the 1983 Capitol was bombed. She was the ringleader. You know what else is interesting? I'm reading this to you. This bombing was carried out by the left-wing group called M19. M19 was radicalized by the South Los Angeles, I don't know what the hell that is, brigade. The South Los Angeles Brigade was founded by Communist Democrat Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. What do you know? What do you know? That's my dog over there going a little crazy. God bless her, man. Me and I have to tell you, I have three, beautiful greyhounds, all sisters, born together. Me and my my ex-girlfriend, who, God bless her, I have to tell you, I love her. She was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Most beautiful girl I'd ever spent time with. And unfortunately, we're no longer together. But I have our dogs, and I love them with all my heart, and they miss her as much as I do. But you know, hey, God has his plan sometimes, you know. But she's over there making a little bit of noise, so I apologize for that. But anyway, there is a Los Angeles mayor, Karen Bass, who had something to do with the 1983 Capitol bombing. Apparently, she was one of the masterminds behind that bombing. Again, let's just real quick, let's just go back and look at the destruction of the Capitol. This woman is now the mayor of Los Angeles, California. People are upset from people that took pictures and are getting out right now, but this woman literally destroyed the Capitol. Unbelievable. When the stuff that goes on, it's Joe Biden is a scumbag here. But what I really look, I'm going to share something else with you. Check.
We've got a Mexican.
I love South Park. This is literally was posted by somebody. This is Tom Holman, ladies and gentlemen. Another great thing that's happened in the last 2 days was we are deporting, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting rid of them.
Scanning for Mexicans. We've got a Mexican.
My earpiece, I can't hear it. How wonderful is that? That is South Park.
Scanning
That is
for
great.
Mexicans.
That is Tom Holman.
We've got a Mexican.
We've got a Mexican. I'm sorry. I thought that was funny.
Scanning for
Anyway, so let's talk. Oh God, I got so much crap saved on here. It's unbelievable. So let's for a second. Let's get out of that. Let's talk LA wildfires. There's a lot of stuff going on about these LA wildfires. And do I have the right earpiece in the right ear?
Mexicans.
I do not. There it is. Oh, I'm sorry. It's still playing South Park over here.
We've got a Mexican.
We've got a Mexican. There we go. There's a lot going on about these fires, and there's so many different, let's just say, conspiracy theories. Okay, there's so many conspiracy theories, but the problem is every one of them has somewhat a little bit of validity to them. I found a couple things that I wanted to look at, and I wanted to share with you. But you have what I believe you have DEI hirings that were a serious issue with what happened here. You had climate change, people talking about climate change, which I will get to that. I do believe climate change had something to do with this. You have Diddy. Houses are burning down with evidence, something there. You have literally the fact that there's a railway that they are wanting to. Well, let's just put it this way: there is the smart city, as they call it. There's a railway for the smart city that runs through L.A. Right up to Maui and down into radio or oh my God, I used to live in LA too. You think I'd remember? My brain doesn't work sometimes. Studio City, and it comes down, basically to 404 and 101. It comes down that way. But the thing about it is there's the smart city. There's a railway they want to put in there. The same smart city thing happened in Hawaii. Smart city, everything burned down. Smart city in LA, everything burned down. Australia, smart city, everything burned down. In Australia, the funny thing is the fire, just like LA, follows the same path where they wanted to put in the smart railway. I mean, you could call it conspiracy theories all day long, but there's a lot of kind of nodding here saying, yeah, that's a possibility. But Diddy's a possibility. I think the funding of there's so much, but let me go back and let's talk about, for instance, let's discuss. I got a lot of stuff over here. We know that there was an issue with the water supply, and we know that
we're talking about
with that issue with the water supply, that we've heard about this smelt fish. Okay, and we heard that waters were basically diverted on purpose to keep this smelt fish alive. And of course, Gavin Newsom tells everyone that's not true. That didn't happen. That never happened. Never happened. Well, here's a video of Newsom. Let's take a look at this real quick.
That little guy is a three-spine stickleback. They're really abundant bycatch.
Hang on, what is it?
We're talking about restoration. We're talking about partnership. We're talking about restoring old salmon runs. We're talking about restoring cultures and economies. We're talking about restoring trust in communities and connecting us back to our proud past. And it's all around making sure that we bring back that original habitat, we bring back sort of the natural ecosystems, and again, we partner with the tribes that understand this better than anybody else.
So here we are, saving fish. Gavin Newsom said they weren't saving any fish. Gavin Newsom said that's a lie. There was never any fish issues. There was never anything going on with fish. Let's look at this. So here's So let's just get back to that real quick. So here we are. So we got this smelt fish thing going on. We have water that's coming from Canada, water that comes from the mountains. If you've ever been to Northern California, if you've ever had a chance to go to the redwood forests and any of that thing, it's some of the most beautiful things you'll ever see in your life. I had a dear friend of mine, Michael Berryman, who was an actor, has been in a lot of movies, like The Hills Have Eyes and things like that. Michael lived up there, and him and his wife, Patty, had a wolf reserve. And I remember going up to visit them, and it was just so beautiful up there. It was just such a gorgeous area. And there's so many mountainous areas where the water's coming down. And a lot of that water was diverted and actually pushed into the ocean to save these fish. And what that did is that left reservoirs empty. And of course, Gavin Newsom is complaining that that these reservoirs don't exist. There's no such thing as an empty reservoir. That's one of the big issues, and I will show you here. Again, let me see if I can get this one up
when
here.
they first started fighting.
This is one of those reservoirs. That is, and this is the Pack Reservoir. This is, as you can see, the mountain area out in the back. This is it prior to the fire. It is empty. Now they're claiming, oh, it was under construction. This was a problem. That was a problem. The bottom line is this is one of the worst times of year for fires in this area, and they're out of water. They don't have water in their reservoirs. I think you've probably seen the pictures of President Trump sitting in the woods. I might have a video of that as well. Talking to Gavin Newsom and talking about him, talking with him and saying, "Hey, look, man, you need to clean the brush. You need to clean up all this brush, and you need to what's happening here is you have an underlying chance of a fire." So people, let's talk climate real quick before we get into a lot of other things. So climate, they say, is one of the issues. It is an issue, but the climate itself isn't the issue. It's Gavin Newsom, and it is the future of California that has become the problem. You see, PSE&G is the company that supplies California with its electricity. Gavin Newsom and Leonardo DiCaprio and all these climate activists wanted California to be the poster child for climate change. As you know, if you've ever even watched a game show where somebody gives away a car and they go with California emissions, because California has more rules than anyone else. Well, I believe it's by 2030. I could be wrong on that. 2028 maybe. California wanted to be a very large percent. If I remember correctly, it's almost 80% dependent on solar and wind. Now, if PSE&G was to continue to supply the electricity to California, they had to be compliant with California rules. So all the money that PSE&G had was being pumped into trying to do the solar and trying to do the windmills and trying to do all the things they could to be compliant. What happens when they're pumping all the money into that is they're no longer pumping money into the infrastructure, into the power lines. There are power lines in California that are dating back to the 1930s. And these power lines are failing. They're within trees. They're covered with trees. Trees are knocking them. They are not being attended to. Instead, they're worried about putting up enough windmills so they can be compliant enough at some point in time to keep supplying electricity and making money, but they got to do one or the other. What are they going to do? If we try to fix the lines, we don't have enough money to put up the windmill. What do? Well, you start burning down trees. But wait a minute, why? Why are we burning down trees? Don't we have forestation? Don't we have controlled burning? Don't we have these things that clean up and control these beautiful landscapes of places like California? Isn't this part of our forestry program? No, it's not. Why? Climate change. Climate change said we got to stop cutting down these trees. Climate change said we got to stop doing controlled burns and getting rid of the underbrush. Climate change said we don't have enough money to spend to bring people out here to clean up what's underneath these trees. We have to spend it on other things like DEI initiatives for our fire department. Another big question people are having. DEI initiatives, money's going here, but money's not going there. Money's not going to the fire department. Even the DEI fire chief, who, by the way, I found out has a lot of actual experience, but she's still, DEI hired everyone under her, and that was her goal, was to have a more diverse fire. She didn't give a fuck about fire. I don't care how much experience she had. She didn't use it. She didn't use it because she spent more time trying to put more lesbians in the fire department than she did trying to make sure they had equipment. How about like fucking planes that they have in in Canada that can fly in, scoop up water, and drop it on a fucking forest fire? You know how many of those are owned by California? Zero. Not one fucking plane. How can a state so big that has so many fires, so many wildfires, not own one? Not one of those planes. The two that came in, and one got hit by a drone and couldn't be used for a couple of days. The two that came in came from Canada. And then people are saying, well, you know, you live by an ocean. Why can't you use the ocean water? And then people give excuses. Oh, well, you can't throw salt water because salt water is going to ruin the trees, and salt water is going to ruin the dirt, and salt water is going to ruin everything. Yet these planes, they're out in the ocean, boom, banging on the ocean floor, filling up with water and dropping it on fires. Apparently it was okay. It's like there's so many bullshit excuses. You have to start thinking. Are they trying to build a smart city? Are they trying to build a railway? I mean, what exactly is California doing? Diddy. Let me show you this video here that I have. This is you know, people are saying, is this Diddy? Is this evidence, you know, being hidden? Let me see if I can find it. I'm looking. Excuse me while I just try and zip to. Here we are. Here's my friend. I literally love this guy, man. I love this guy, Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin will tell you how it is, and he don't give a shit. Let's listen to Eddie Griffin real quick. Let me bring him over here. Where you at, Eddie? There he is. Let's listen to Eddie real quick. Now remember, a lot of reasons they didn't put out the fires. We'll go back to it. Wasn't enough water in the reservoir. There wasn't enough pressures. Fire hydrants just didn't have pressure. They were out of water. They couldn't use seawater. They had reasons. They couldn't clean the underbrush because it was environmental. They couldn't cut down trees in California anymore, saving the environment. Climate change, bad wires, old wires, infrastructure. And then there's P. Diddy.
Hello and welcome to another installment of NNN, where we give it to you straight, no chasing. Let's get right to it. LA is on fire. Now, a lot of people saying it's to cover up the pedophile trail, and all of a sudden the water ain't working. And hold on, 60% of the water rights is owned by this fucking couple. What's their name? Yeah, the wonderful company is owned by this husband and wife team. They own pistachio, they own Fiji water. I stopped drinking any of that shit, around the motherfucking globe. Let them motherfuckers go broke. Feeding the pistachios and the almonds, all that goddamn water. Meanwhile, people's houses burning down, dying of thirst and shit. All these sons of bitches. And the regulators who allowed them motherfuckers to own 60% of the goddamn water. Fire them motherfuckers too, goddammit. What the fuck is y'all problem? That is public water. We built the dam that's holding that water and all that shit with taxpayers' dollars. How the fuck y'all gonna sign it over to this goddamn couple? Sons of bitches. Let's pray for the motherfuckers out there that houses is burning down and shit, unless they pedophiles. If they pedophiles, fuck them. Let that shit burn. Cause I know what you're doing. You're burning the evidence up, sons of bitches, but we still gonna catch you. And let somebody do some research. In the rich neighborhoods, who had already left their house and knew that the fire was coming? Hello and welcome to another installment of NNN, where we give it to you straight.
Who already left their house and knew the fire was coming? Insurance companies. State Farm knew the fire was coming. State Farm knew. They canceled policies. Well, why would State Farm cancel policies months before wildfires broke out and took Maui and all these beautiful parts of end where some of the wealthiest people, some of the movie stars, why would you cancel insurance? Well, you want to build a smart city, you want to buy the property. If they don't have insurance, they don't have the money to rebuild the property. Well, what are they going to do? They got to sell it. They're going to kind of sell it at a fire sale because they need money. They need a place to live. So they're going to sell their property. And all of a sudden, smart city's on the way, ladies and gentlemen. And it just happens to be the Diddy information, which, God, please, Trump, if you're out there, I'm begging you, drop the Diddy stuff for us. Please, just drop the Diddy files, drop the Epstein files. Let's see the truth, man. Just let us see the truth. I'm so tired of it. We've waited so long. Drop the truth. These fires, places are building, and it's the other thing with these fires. Again, let's go down the rabbit hole a little bit further, because this is another thing I found interesting about these fires. So you got wildfires going on. Everything's happening. Everything's going a little crazy. But certain houses are burning, and they're not within the areas of the wildfires. And these are houses where, like Griffin said, Eddie said, some of the pedophile evidence is at. Let's take a look at this real quick. Look at this. Now, this is a video somebody found. So this, again, is in California during the wildfires. What's this guy? This guy just lit a tree on fire. Look at that. And he's walking away. Look at the tree. Look at the there he is. Literally, they got him on camera. Booyah. Just lit a tree on fire. So you already have all this devastation going on. You have people losing their houses. This area seems like it's okay right now. Oh, I don't know where this was in comparison to the flames that were going on. But look at what this man did. Look at this. And that's all it takes. When the vegetation is dry, especially like some of these trees, and if you've ever been to California, you'll know when you're going there, you can see some of them are just like half dead. You can see the way the leaves hang. But look at that. Look at what this man did. But why? Look at this. Now you're spreading fire. All you need is that wind to pick up. Take a little bit of these of this fire, and take a little bit of this the sparks and the ashes. You saw some of those incredible, some of the incredible footage that was out there. That came out of these fires too. Let's. This is another one. This is great here. So here's New Scum doing an interview. Again, I've had many years in Hollywood. I've worked on some of the biggest films in Hollywood and some of the smallest films in Hollywood. But I find this pretty.
Over the course of the next several years, Los Angeles will be
host
to the World Cup, and then the Super Bowl, and then the Olympics. With this,
remember, the World Cup is coming to Los Angeles. The Super Bowl is coming to Los Angeles, and the Olympics are coming to Los Angeles. They need room. They need a place for these stadiums. They need place. There's no place to build unless they take down the trees. And they can't take down the trees because that's part of the climate change program. That's part of the initiative. We can't cut down any more trees. We can't do any controlled burns. That ruins the environment. We can't do that anymore. Where are we going to build all these stadiums?
Rebuilding effort needing to take place. Is LA going to be ready for all of those global events?
My humble position, and it's not just being naively optimistic, that only reinforces the imperative moving quickly, doing it in the spirit of collaboration and cooperation.
Look at this. This is my favorite. The spirit of cooperation, the collaboration, the ideas. The best part about it is he's in front of a fucking green screen. That is he's not even out there where the fires are and the damages.
President of the United States, Donald Trump,
look at his head, look at his background. That man is in front of a green screen. He's not even in the area where the damage is occurring. This man is a scumbag, a poser. Look at that face. This man is so happy right now because his smart city's going to get built. His stadiums are going to be built. He's going to have the best Olympics of all because he's got more land and more room to do it than anyone
the United
else.
States of America to get it down here in LA. We thank
Absolute
him for
scumbag.
that.
Standing in front of a green screen. He can't even go out there and stand by the devastation and stand alongside of the people that voted for him. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Oh, this is well, and then here's our former president. This pig piece of shit. Again, let me read it to you real quick before we look at it. This is Biden just gave $3.5 billion for Ukraine's government pension fund. We're not funding the war. We're funding their fucking pension fund. And $770 to the LA fire victims. That's it, folks.
Clear. We're not waiting until those fires are over to start helping the victims. We're getting them help right now, as you all know. People impacted by these fires are going to receive one-time payment of $770.
A one-time payment of $770, ladies and gentlemen. You just lost your $10.5 million home uninsured because State Farm dropped your insurance about 2 months ago, and Gavin Newsom failed to fill the reservoirs. The PSC&G failed to fix the infrastructure of their electrical lines because they were too concerned about building wind turbines so they can keep their PSE&G electricity going when the climate initiative hits in another 10, 15 years. Here you are, $770. These people were given $770 check. Right away, we're going to send you that $770. While $3.5 billion was given to Ukraine's government pension fund. Wow. Wow, did we vote for the right guy. There he is again in front of his green screen. Oh, Gavin's green screen. Absolutely. Yep. Oh, this is great. Let's get back to our DEI. Like I said, there's so many conspiracy theories with this. There's so many questions, and there's so much to talk about here. It's a lot. The wildfire's a lot. You could go on for probably 2 or 3 hours and look at different videos.
So everyone is super mad about this video.
Enough to do this, or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
But I'm going to be honest.
So the lesbian that was appointed by the lesbian says, let's say it again. Look at, I can't even take a look at this.
About this video.
Enough to do this, or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
But I'm going to be.
She can't carry your husband out of a fire. So your husband got himself in the wrong place. So your husband is home, maybe went out for the night, maybe went to one of these great Hollywood balls, a little bit inebriated, came home, laid down, it's not feeling too good, is knocked out, house catches on fire, room catches on fire. This woman, this DEI hire, comes in and can't carry him out. He got himself in the wrong place. He's in the wrong place. He's in bed and his house caught on fire. How dare he? How dare he expect her to pick his ass up and say, she's just a fireman, firewoman, fire it. I don't know what the fuck that thing is. There's so many reasons and so much bullshit going around. It's absolutely it's amazing here. Oh, here we are. I did speak about the planes that came in from Canada, which again, thank you Canada for the planes. And again, Gavin Newsom telling people in another video that the reason they can't use salt water, they can't pump in salt water, and they can't bring in salt water. Again, remember, a lot of these homes that burnt were right along the water line. They're right along the beach. Beautiful homes. And the beach is 50, but they can't use that water. They can't pump. That's going to ruin the soil. It's going to ruin all these things. And yet here we are with these wonderful planes, and there they are scooping up salt water and bringing it out. And there you are. These planes are amazing, man. These pilots are amazing. As a veteran, and I spent a lot of time in planes jumping out of them. And these things are absolutely amazing. And as a pilot, you got to understand, you're piloting a plane, and I mean, you might not understand this, but there's a weight thing there. When you're flying a plane, you're flying it, and it weighs so much, and then all of a sudden you're at water level, and you're filling up with water, and you're filling up with water, and now you gotta pull back, and you gotta bring that plane. That weight, the plane weighs a lot more now. You need more thrust, you need more power, and then the same thing when you come down and you drop that water. And the plane is heavy, and all of a sudden, boom, it's light again because it's out of water. So, I mean, these are daring pilots, and they're wonderful pilots, and they're very, very brave men to do what they do. Man, there's just so much stuff. All right, here's another great video. Let me show you this one too. One thing I love about going down the rabbit hole on X is you get some great stuff from a lot of people. Take a look at this video here. Okay, they just blocked 60 fire trucks. Listen, now here you are. Listen.
Scam. They just talked to the senator of California, and here's the update. They're talking about something completely irrelevant. Oregon sent 60 fire trucks, only for them to get stopped in San Francisco for, guess what?
This is just audio.
Emissions testing, which they're probably...
Emissions testing, you hear that? There was a video on this. I'm trying to find the video. That was just the audio. Let me see if I can find the video. Oh, here it is. Let me play this again for you. Listen to what he says again. Listen to what this guy says.
What a scam. They just talked to the senator of California, and here's the update. They're talking about something completely irrelevant. Oregon sent 60 fire trucks, only for them to get stopped in San Francisco for, guess what? emissions testing, which they're probably not going to pass. The whole state's on fire, and they're finding a reason to not allow 60 more fire trucks to come help us out.
What more is there to say? What more is there to say? But somebody wants or wanted, and remember, these fires, today is the 21st of January. 1 day, 2 days, second day into Donald Trump's wonderful realigning with the American vision and bringing us back. And they're stopping fire trucks. They're stopping fire trucks because of emissions testing. Now, remember, I mentioned that earlier in the video that California has these crazy emissions tests. Sorry, when I move my hands, the camera moves and it ruins up my green screen thing here. See that? Isn't that crazy? I'm like Gavin Newsom Jr. over here. My green screen. My green screen's got a bunny rabbit going down a rabbit hole of shit, though. How cool is that? Yeah, baby. Anyway, so they're stopping the fire trucks for emissions testing. There is plumes of smoke flying in the air, destroying the air and the atmosphere. And they're worried about a little bit of CO2 coming out of a fire truck that could stop that plume of smoke. 60 fire trucks were stopped. Just so you know, this video, there was another video. Out of these 60 fire trucks, the majority of these fire trucks, I think maybe even all 60 of these and several others, they were turned around. They were sent back. There were states that were offering help, and Gavin Newsom was saying, don't come here. We don't want your help. What the fuck is going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Diddy evidence is going on. Smart City is going on. A soccer game is going on. An Olympics is going on. A Super Bowl is going on. How many more things do we need to go on in California that they needed California to fucking burn? It's pretty disgusting when you think about it. It's pretty disgusting. Oh God, this broke my heart. California. Let me bring this one up. This is heart wrenching because I'm a huge, like I said, I have these beautiful dogs that my ex and I got together, and my dogs are literally my life. And California Animal Shelter said it has taken in 300 animals amid the LA fires and urges evacuees to take your animals with you. I'm going to tell you right now, I personally. I absolutely could never leave my dogs behind. It's not going to happen. I don't know how you could do that. I just don't know how anyone could literally leave. Here's one. Los Angeles Fire Department's $300,000 per year diversity chief sparks fury for defending DEI by blaming the victim. He got himself. This is again got himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. You were at home. Your house is on fire. It's burning down. I shouldn't have to carry you out. You got yourself in the wrong place. $300,000 a year to hire a bunch of lesbians in the fire department. That's just great. That's just great. You know. Justine Bateman is telling you how they're lighting things on fire. Oh, this is great. This is during the wildfires. Here we go. Check out this guy. So this guy was cold. He was cold. Look at this. Look, this again. Half of the city is burning.
Hey, brother. Why you do this, bro? Nah, bro. You going to jail, bro. Oh, the whole trash can on fire, bro. Who did it then? Who did it?
Whoa.
Who did it?
You did what? Fire shot.
You did the fire shot?
We did fire shot. It's emergency, guys. My apologies, man.
Oh.
Okay. You
know, accidents or accidents?
Hey.
Okay.
Get out of here. If it's about people. Hey.
All right, get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here.
Again, he's cold. He started a fire. Like burning. He's trying to put it out. This is the homeless situation in California. Another reason for fires. California has the worst governor in the history of this state. How he's still there? How Donald Trump? Now Donald Trump, from my understanding, is going to California. I believe he's going first of all to the Carolinas, who those people are still suffering, living in the cold, living in tents, living in trailers that people are bringing, and they still haven't gotten any relief from the government because, you know, the pension fund in Ukraine needed 3.5 billion. Could you just think about this for a second? Just take a second of your life and think about $3.5 billion. What could that have done for the people in the Carolinas? Just think about it. Unfucking believable when you think about it, isn't it? Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. It's this is a little bit of that Diddy evidence. Yeah, let's burn that down. Here's Gavin. This is a couple people were making these little videos.
Hydrants dry, no water in supply. Hurst fire, Kenneth fire, eating.
Well, this is funny. Now look. Now again, people tried to make it comical, and because, you know, Newsom's a piece of trash. But the truth is here. The truth is here.
Palisades are burning bright, organ trucks nowhere inside, budget cuts, hydrants dry, no water in supply. Hurst fire, Kenneth fire, Eaton fire, please retire, climate change, Trump's deranged, the LA fires are not contained. Burn, baby, burn! Karen Bass is on the scene, rejecting almost everything. Smelt fish, droughts and wind, this is all Trump's fault again. Transgenders fighting fires, DEI, that's not satire. Forest dry, flames are high, California say goodbye. I didn't start the fire, no I didn't light it and refused to fight it. I didn't start the fire, that's misinformation.
It's sad, it's comical, but it's fucking true, man. It's absolutely true. It's all true. It's all true. Here's one.
Stop calling the fires in California unprecedented. What happened in Maui? That was unprecedented. What happened in North Carolina? That was unprecedented. What's happened in California was predicted.
Amen.
And in fact, Newsom ran his campaign in 2017 off the backs of the Tubbs fire, which at the time was the most destructive fire in California, where fire hydrants also didn't work. And my friends in those neighborhoods were utilizing the waters from their pools in order to exterminate flames. Fire hydrants not working, nothing new.
So remember, 2017 fire hydrants weren't working. 2025 fire hydrants aren't working either.
Wildfires in California? Nothing new. I was evacuated from my first wildfire 30 years ago when I was 10. I decided to leave California because I could not stand the policies and the red tape that they had, and I decided to trade hurricanes, which I get ample notice, versus wildfires, which I get no notice. And watching the writing on the wall over the years, I could see that nothing was changing, and it was only a matter of time before that state became a goddamn inferno. My dad was a heavy equipment operator in charge of maintaining the roads in my town. And 30 years ago, he was facing issues for mowing the roads during high fire season because of frog habitats that didn't even end up existing there.
You hear that? Her father got in trouble for mowing the grass, keeping the grass down so the fires for fucking frogs. If it's not fish, it's frogs.
What is happening in California has been happening for years. And by utilizing the term unprecedented takes away the accountability from the people who have put the state where it's at.
I don't know who she is, but she's got her shit straight.
That term, call it what it is. Call out the leaders, because there are thousands of Californians who do not deserve to be now homeless. She's
absolutely right. Absolutely right. I mean, it's pretty amazing. My God, man. Some of the look at just look at some of this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at the winds. Look at the destruction. Empty fire hydrants, empty reservoirs, lack of deforestation actual deforestation. You're supposed to be taking down trees, and cleaning up, taking dead trees away. Look at this. These are people's homes. These are some of Diddy's friends' homes. Wink, wink. These are some homes where they could build stadiums. These are some homes where they could put a railway in. These are some homes that can now become part of a smart city in California. Just like the smart city that's going to happen now in Hawaii, the same smart city that's going to happen in Australia. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Wow, that's just absolutely incredible. I lived in an apartment building in Maui while I was in working in LA, and it's gone. It's all gone. Everything's gone. That whole area is just gone. I mean, just look at the devastation. I mean, I know a lot of you have seen some of these. Just look at the devastation. It's all gone. That's Maui. It's all gone. It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And it's still going. There's the Palisades fire. 22,660 acres. Look at it. It's just, this is a rabbit hole you just didn't want to go down. But you know, you had to. Look at the devastation. That's from an airplane leaving LAX. Oh, God bless these people, man. If anyone's wondering why California is left burning and hasn't received enough help, it's because they don't send the firefighters and their rigs directly to Palisades, but instead go through insane. Oh, there's another guy talking about the inspection process for fire trucks that were coming in. Another, again, dude, I'm going to tell you, man, my house is burning. If you got to piss real bad, you can piss on my house to put my house out. They would not let fire trucks in because they had to pass emissions inspection for California coming out of Oregon. Pretty fucking amazing. Now, this is by the 101 in Reseda. Here we are. Look at that, man. Look at the devastation. Look at that. That's coming. This guy's driving down the 101. Unbelievable. It's literally unbelievable. I can't. I still sit here and I look at these pictures and I look at these. Look at this shot, man. Look at that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Studio City's down here. I lived like in this area here at one point. I lived in a couple places. I actually lived in my car for a period of time in Los Angeles while I was looking for a job. But yeah, there was an apartment building right around this area here. I don't remember the name, the address. I could look it up, but it was right in this area here. Wow, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. 11 people dead, more are missing. Yeah, there's Newscomb, holding a fish. Pulling into LA, West LA, the Palisades fire. Wow, this is just, oh my God, there's the animals again. Look at, you want a broken heart? Look at that. These beautiful, gorgeous, amazingly beautiful animals. Look at it. They died probably more or less. It looks like smoke inhalation. They're not. There's a little burn, but they're. I mean, these are God's creatures, man. This is just this. I don't even know what to say. But again, we're in a time. Let me see something here. Let's Oh, Jesus Christmas! I just did the wrong thing. Excuse me. Excuse me. I went to the wrong place here. Nope. You know, they changed this thing. Where's the fucking I swear to God, if they don't stop changing stuff on me. It's up there now. There we go. We got LA. Just real quick, this is the latest on the LA fires. People talking, some of the devastation. I was trying to see if there's anything, anything else we could just look at real quick before a lot of the new stuff, the Palisades, people selling T-shirts to help out. Look, here's a lot of fire trucks coming in from Portland, and how amazing was it? No one's reporting on this. All of these people are heroes. Yes, they did. They absolute heroes, man. I mean, God bless these people, man. But yeah, it's devastating. But look, just to reiterate, again, I'll go back to it. You know, I have an hour in here. Climate change, big reason, but not because of the actual climate. It's the climate change policies that were the reason. The deforestation stopped. The cutting down and logging was stopped because it was ruining the environment. It was a climate issue to take down trees. Controlled burns, which are very important for many reasons. Hey, what's going on, buddy? We're talking about wildfires over here. How's it going, man? Just ending it here, though. But you got the climate issues, like I said. You have the DEI issues. You have the Diddy issues. You have the funding issues. You have the homeless people starting fires. There's a lot of reasons that fires are happening, and the fires happen. This was pretty devastating. What happened, and again, I don't know what else to say. We've kind of gone through everything. I went through the rabbit hole. I showed you just about everything you could possibly see, and it is what it is. And all I can say is God bless the people of Los Angeles and the people of California. And Gavin Newsom needs to be taken out of California. My hopes are that when Donald Trump visits California tomorrow, Gavin Newsom is gone. And there is some restoration, and maybe since we're not giving billions of dollars to Ukraine and giving billions of dollars again to not necessarily just to a war, apparently to pension funds, $3.5 billion to the government pension funds of Ukraine. Maybe now we'll have some money to help out these victims, and maybe if we get the right person in, maybe we won't have the Olympics in California. Maybe we should take those somewhere else. Maybe we shouldn't have the Super Bowl in California. There's a beautiful place in Las Vegas right now where I think we could have a nice Super Bowl. And maybe the World Cup shouldn't be in California right now either. Maybe we need to fix the homes and help the people of California. And let's worry about that, Gavin Newsom, when my hopes are God is with us, that you are no longer there in the next week. Donald Trump, thank you for coming back. Donald Trump, please help the people of California. Good night, everyone. Have a pleasant tomorrow. God bless.